Welcome back to another episode of Scryer's Room. I am your host, Famfare.
I'm Kevin.
No, Maury.
And today we're going to do the final installment of our series on Dark Elves.
With the most important Dark Elf of all taking center stage.
Arguably the first Dark Elf, Morathi, the mother of the Druchii.
Yeah.
We've been saving talking about her so I can really do it justice. I'm hoping that I can live up to that expectation.
I mean, similar to Malekith, this is one of the characters that really drives the whole concept of them.
I would argue that the majority of problems in the Warhammer Old World can be pointed to Morathi. Through her shenanigans. And at the end of this, I'll go through the recap, otherwise I feel like I'm doing a disservice. I'll go through the recap of the things that she caused.
We're going to roll it back 5-paragraph essay style.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Exactly. But, yeah, it affects every major civilization her shenanigans affects. 100%. Maybe not too much in Cathay, because there's not a lot of lore about that place until recently, that I've seen at least, besides like some snippets. And plus it's really far away from Ghrond.
Right.
But, yeah, basically everywhere else that matters, she's done something to them, or caused some sort of problem. But I also want to talk about, before we get into Morathi, touch on one more thing with Malekith and his dragon, Sulekh. So he, during the Sundering, Malekith was born to battle upon a black dragon that was raised in secret away from Caldor.
That sounds like that dragon's probably pretty chill. And this whole situation sounds like it was really allowed.
Yeah, no, not at all. And he fed the dragon Warpstone to make it super extra angry and evil.
What do you mean?
You know, he needs an evil steed to eat the other dragons, so he fed his steed evil crack rock to make it eviler and stronger.
There's definitely at least one guy who's like, you can't just feed it the uranium crack rocks. Dragons need nourishment. He needs vitamins. And I've seen black dragons in Warhammer. They're rail thin.
They really are. I call them the evil noodles because they look like evil noodles.
They don't have the kind of mass to spare on not getting these calories.
Yeah, the virgin black dragon, the Chad high elf dragon, like, actually has some meat on his body.
I can only imagine he has one response to this when asked, why? And then he turns his Darth Vader ass armored figure towards you and says, "Look at me."
Come on.
Yeah! I mean, come on, man. Who am I kidding?
What?
Like, who are we kidding? Like,
You think I'm going to henna body paint up a dragon all black and sick? No. I'm going to make one all black and sick. And the crux of that plan? Glowing green crack rocks.
But yeah, Sulekh would die during the one of the battles for Ulthan pretty early on. And that would be the cause of Malekith to retreat at one point. It's okay, well, my dragon said I'm wounded from the fall. We gotta fuck off.
Right. My personal fighter jet went down. I'm probably going to, head back to.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. This battle sucked, boys. So he fucked off, and then he was doing the Cold One chariot for a while, doom bolting people. Pretty sick move.
Yeah. And I already went over. That used to be the sickest move in warfare.
Yeah. He busted that out because he didn't have a dragon no more. And then at some point later on in the timeline, a clutch of black dragon eggs was discovered by some shades, and they brought them as tribute to Malekith. And the first one to hatch woke up with a deep-seated rage and contempt for everything else, and just started killing the attendants and also the other eggs. Started cracking them open and slaughtering his brothers and sisters. Because fuck you, I'm alive and you're not, and now you're super not alive. You're double dead. And then they ended up reining it in, and Malekith was like, I respect your evilness and ruthlessness, baby dragon. You're my personal steed now.
No, the scene definitely played out like Lilo and Stitch. I want that one.
Yeah, it really did! Yeah! When it started Vader.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's awesome. He's just destroying everything in the room, covered in fucking egg mass. Eggshells from murdering his brothers and sisters.
Well, then it just becomes an evil Tweak. It's just like, Tweak, calm down. Have some warp.
Have some coffee.
Have some warp
Have some warp stone.
Calm down, have some warp stone. But that dragon would be named Seraphon, and that would be his steed into the end times. So the Malekith you would see on the tabletop would be riding that dragon.
Right.
Pretty sick nasty. So he'd be basically Darth Vader on a black dragon doom bolting people.
Right, that was his
One of
fighter.
the sick nastiest units you can use in Warhammer.
Man,
pretty cool.
I really want somebody to, like, field a version of Malekith that's clearly supposed to be Darth Vader, but, like, the wings of the black dragon, like, curl around where he's sitting so it looks like Darth Vader in his TIE fighter.
Oh man, that would be fucking cool.
'Cause
Someone do that.
His TIE Intercept, that had, like, the curved wings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
imagination's so beautiful.
Yeah, man, that's sick. He when he became Malarian for Age of Sigmar, we have yet to get his faction. We've been promised the Umbraneth, but we have yet to see them or get them.
Yeah.
That's what they're calling Dark Elves now.
So I will touch on what they're calling Dark Elves now. They've split into four factions of how AOS converted the cultures and certain ideas into their own like factions and armies into AOS, but they're based off of their like spiritual successors in a way, you know?
Right.
And there are 4 spiritual successor armies of Dark Elves in Age of Sigmar. One of them are like there are the Canaanites, and there are the Darkling Covens, there are the Deepkin, and then there are the Umbraneth. We have yet to see the Umbraneth.
Oh.
So we don't know about them at all yet. They're not in there, but they've announced them. They exist. We have like allusions to them, but we're not going to get them anytime soon because the next army they're doing is Chaos Dwarves. They've already teased it. They've teased it so heavily in this edition that it's like, okay, well, obviously it's inevitable. It's happening.
Right.
They did a cute little video where like every other panel was like them going back and forth and wearing different silly hats because that was the Chaos Dwarves thing, is they had big silly hats. So it's like, okay, they're teasing Chaos Dwarves. What's happening? So we're getting AOS Chaos Dwarves, which is sick. I'm super stoked. I'm not bitching at all. Like, good, great, awesome, cool.
But also, no
Umbraneth, no Malarian, no Dragon Man, boy. So we have to wait a bit longer. But yeah, so that's Malekith and his dragons. But now
Morathi, the real dragon. The real...
Yeah, as far as a dragon to be slain, Morathi is the dragon. She's a serpent. She is the serpent. Like, the thing to be slain. Even going far into Age of Sigmar. I'm only talking about old world...
She makes it through the universe, too?
Not only that, she usurps Cain. So I didn't do very much research into Age of Sigmar, but I can go... I'm going to talk about Morathi in the old world, and I'm going to cover some of my favorite moments about her. But I will touch upon, she usurps Cain. That's how bad it gets.
God damn.
She's like, not only is the Canaanite religion the official religion of my people, all that worship, all that energy is to me now. I am the god of murder, motherfuckers. And no one is going to contest it.
Right. So let's go back to all the way to the beginning.
Yes. So, she was born before the Great Catastrophe during the Golden Age.
Right,
and
when it was all the Lord of the Rings guys, and they're all happy, and everything's gold and has high visibility contrast, and all the lens flare you could imagine.
Lens flare for days.
I was thinking more about, like, the dogs from Adventure Time. How they're just, like, inexplicably, like, 1920s people.
Things are sure good over here.
But then they're still just in, like, weird Adventure Time fantasy land.
I love that.
You got to get back down to the archery range. They say there's an evil forest.
So she was born during this utopia times, and she was gifted with the power of prophecy, because that's part... Some people are born better at magic.
Right.
And one of the things, if you are gifted with, I believe it's Heaven's magic, the Lore of Heavens, the Azure, you can scry into, like, the sky and, like, read the celestials and shit, and read the celestial constellations and, like, garner the future. And some people just have the gift of prophecy and are more attuned to that. Morathi was attuned to that. So she had the gift of prophecy, and, she saw the demons coming.
Right.
She saw the demons coming before everyone else, and no one believed her at all. And it was like, people thought she was a buzzkill. We touched upon this a little bit in the previous episode.
Yeah, she's calling fucking the sky's falling, aliens are coming.
Yeah, Chicken Little.
She has the blessing of foresight, and all of a sudden she's saying, "Oh, the demons are coming! Oh, the demons are coming!"
Yeah, dude. And then
that just seems to be a very like the person who's that's the thing she's good at. And it's just like, what do you know?
What do you know?
She could be lying. Has she ever lied before? Like, does she stand to gain anything out of this? I don't know, but it sounds lame and hard if we want to listen to her, right?
I need to have grapes fed to me while I'm serenaded by poets. This is more important than whatever the fuck she's talking about.
This fucking killjoy shit over here.
Killjoy shit. So she tries fucking charm. She tries seduction. Nothing works. No one believes her. And basically, because no one believed her, she decided that the best thing to do was to peer into the abyss and try to bargain with the thing she saw. Like, right. Okay, what does it take for us not all to get killed?
Yeah, you definitely believe you're coming. So...
Sorry, seduction just seems like a bad one for that.
Yeah, it actually makes her seem like she's lying if she's like, okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
If I fuck you, will you believe in demons? Yes. Like... She got swindled at least
fuck.
a couple of times there.
Oh, man. When you put it like that, though. That's awesome.
I get what it means, but it's just
two Legolas guys high-fiving about it.
Yeah, if it was like me, it'd be like, yeah, sure, lady, whatever
you're rocking to
I'll
say.
believe whatever you want me to believe.
It's really fucking funny.
God, that sucks. So, yeah. I'd turn to the Satans after that, too.
You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, well, man, I mean, I hope that I would never be corrupted by a dark power, but I am sympathetic to the idea of what she did.
Right.
Like, there's logic behind it, and the logic is not flawed. It's not logic I would follow or say is good, but it's sensible. In that sense, yeah, so she turned to fucking foul practices and docked packs with demons.
I'm imagining her first, like, interaction, like, with the demons. Like, the first time she reaches out and speaks to them, she's explaining, like, all of her position of, like, you know, I tried to get them to believe me, but that nobody would believe me. And the guy, like, the demon is like, so now you wish to bargain with us directly. She's like, yeah, you can't bargain with, like, the other elves. They don't understand anything. I sucked one guy's dick about it, and he afterwards, he said, and I still don't believe you. And then the demon's like, are you sure this is the first time you called us? We have a guy about that would suggest exactly doing that.
Yeah. Are you a Prince fan, perchance?
Yeah.
No, but yeah, so she made these dark pacts, and then one day she was, air quotes, rescued from Slaaneshi cultists by an Aryan, as we went over in the first part of the series.
Right.
And she immediately became his queen consort.
Yeah.
Huh, I wonder how that happened.
I fought so hard, but there was so much chocolate syrup. I couldn't stop him from pouring it all over me.
If only there was a strong, powerful tongue to lap it off my body.
I'm just since you first brought this up, it's just like I've tried to create a scenario in my head in which, like, it's believable that she wasn't there willingly, and I can't come up with it.
You know what I mean, though?
I'll tell you what was happening. She was tied up for sex reasons, and then they burst into the back room, killed everybody who wasn't tied up, and they're like, my God, they tied her up. They were gonna sacrifice her, and she's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's totally what happened.
Good thing you guys saved me. You ever had your dick sucked? And then middle, she becomes queen of the fucking elves somehow.
Yeah, and then she gives birth to Malekith, raises him to win at any cost, becomes fucking furious when he loses the bid to become Phoenix King.
Mm.
And then when Malekith went to conquer Elfin Arvan, the old world as we know it, the new world to them,
right?
She was made steward of the west of Nagarath, while Eloran Anar, Anarian's banner bearer, which is a big honor in that setting, was made the ruler of the east of Nagarath. And this also made her furious, and she...
Yeah, that guy just has a flag.
No, it was like...
She gave birth to an elven hero, and was queen.
I love how on your side she is.
I'm completely on her side right now.
That's really funny to me. That's really funny to me. She was furious, and she immediately started to undermine the Amnars. She was like, all right, fuck these guys. What are their fucking beta cuck assholes? I don't like them. Yeah, that guy owns a banner. Like, that's all he's done.
He just held a flag.
He just holds a flag. He's not important. Yeah, so Morathi was fucking furious. Started to undermine those guys.
Yeah.
She was a very shrewd politician, and very quick to patron new artists and aesthetics. So basically, she'd always like any like up and sparring poet or like songwriter or like trendsetter. She'd be like, yes, you bet all the money.
Right.
And so she would always be seen as moving with the times, which made Belshazzar and his retinue seem stale and outdated. Mm-hmm. And so she was the steward of elven tradition, but also a trendsetter and a visionary. And Morathi was able to manipulate the role of priests within society with this influence, and she turned them into vessels of their god's power. That's how they started being seen. That's what they started being able to do. Like because the prayer magic in Warhammer is a thing. Elves, when a warrior priest of Sigmar says some epic metal shit and then glows golden with the might of Sigmar and smites a demon, like people think, oh, it's Divine Will of Sigmar. The elves just see magic.
Right.
It's just you just did magic, but different. Like
you said all the magic words. You just mixed them up with your what's the Warhammer slur? Monkai.
Yeah.
You just mixed them up with your Monkai gibberish.
Yeah, they don't use that in Warhammer Fantasy, but it still applies. Still applies. Yeah, definitely same.
They have something though.
Yeah, they definitely do. Not. I don't know what it is, but they definitely do.
I just call you a monkey.
They're
just more upfront about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so she was so she was up to basically people loved her. The Nagarothi loved her.
Right, because she was supportive and active in her community and actually did good things and helped people while doing evil things. I'm not saying she didn't do evil things.
On the back burner, she's the worst, but up front, she maintained appearances.
Yeah, no,
she's a shrewd politician.
My point is, it makes sense why people like her.
Yeah, exactly. And in the Malekith novel, when she came to the colonies for the first time, like people were like in Malekith's way, like ignoring him because it's like, oh shit, the queen is here.
Yeah,
and he got mad about it. He's like, I will cut you down. Get
I'm in charge
out
here.
Of my way. Yeah, I'm in charge here. What are you doing? Like, and then they noticed it was him. They're like, oh shit, I got out of the way and groveled. But like at the time, they're like, the queen is here. Like, they were losing their fucking minds. So. Morathi openly formed dissent among Nagarythe, claiming the title of queen in the year 1044 of Belshazzar's rule. So I want to go into a little snippet here. The Elven calendar is literally Roman numeral for the Phoenix King, and then every year after that. So that is how they track time. I believe the Dark Elves still use that because they still respect the Phoenix King and the Phoenix Crown.
Right.
So they still, even though they're all usurpers...
They certainly respect it as a measure of time.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that is how their entire timeline works. And then there's the Imperial calendar. So, it was... I'm not sure what that time was in the negative Imperial calendar, but probably close to negative, I want to say, like, 1500 at least.
Yeah.
Because it's only year 1000. Yeah, because... Yeah, anyway.
This was quite some time ago.
Quite some time ago. But pretty early into the age of betrayal, as the Dark Elves call it.
Right.
And then she started to spread rumors that the Phoenix King was trying to suppress Nagarythe and that they're being undermined at every turn. When in reality, it's the opposite. She's sending out, like, agents to talk shit and spread dissent, and she's like, oh, the other provinces are jealous of Nagarythe's glory. They wish to undermine us. Fucking bitch. Terrible bitch. Yeah, and so, like...
She's really taking advantage of the fact that nobody can call each other out on anything yet.
Halcinar saw right through her bullshit, and there was a cold civil war in Nagarythe the whole time Malekith was in the colonies. Basically, the Inars in the east being like, we're loyal to the Phoenix Crown, we're loyal to the traditions of the High Elves, this bitch is terrible, she's trying to move us towards the worship of the dark gods.
Yeah. Which she was, yeah.
She was, that's a fact. And then her team, like, you guys are overreacting, none of that is real, you're being a bunch of meanies about this.
I thought the dark gods weren't real.
Yeah, I thought they weren't real. Yeah, fucking just gaslighting after gaslighting.
Yeah.
And then after Snorri died, in the colonies, over in the colony areas, she showed up with that dragon ship in Dragnir, gifted it to Malekith, told him, hey baby, I want you to go on your little quest north, but don't forget about your homeland. You have to come back to Ulthan, and you have to come save it because it's in decline, man. You need to do something about this.
But do go on that quest real fast. I'll just stay here and do
Go stuff. See the threat of chaos with your own eyes, but return to Ulthan after. And she's, talking about how Belshazzar is weak, and he's allowed decadence to spread across Ulthan. She's the one who spread all the decadence.
Right.
But he doesn't know that. And Malekith suggested, you know what, Mom? Ulthan does sound like a pile right now. Why don't I just start my own kingdom? Why don't I just make my own greatness and leave them to rot? And she slapped it.
Right.
And he was like shaking with rage. And she's like, your fucking father died for that island. He died protecting that island. That is your birthright, Malekith. You will not abandon it. And he was like, damn, Mom, okay, shit ass,
I didn't know
bro.
you felt so strongly.
And he never questioned her ever since. That was like a pivotal moment in Malekith's life where his mom was like, you will not abandon Ulthan. That is yours.
You're going to win the beauty pageant for me.
Yeah, dude, she's living vicariously through her son. 100% because she sees an Aryan in her son, and she sees herself as the queen of Ulthan. Ulthan is mine, Malekith, and you're going to give it to me.
And you're going to really fuck up my plans if you don't... You have to wait a couple years to do your own kingdom. All right? That's part of the plan. I'm going to fuck everything up. Don't you worry. But we're getting that island.
And then after they left to go on his little quest, she left all of her retinue there, who were a bunch of cultists for the Sithrai.
Right.
So it's just spreading the Dark Elf cult worship into the colonies.
Just a horde of, like, Grima Wormtongue style. Like, good morning, yes.
Yeah, just a bunch of worm tongues, fucking snakes in the Garden of Eden, bro, 100%. And so when Malekith returned from his expedition up north, got the crown of Circlet of Iron, he was tasked by Belshazzar to cleanse Nagarythe of the cults, because they knew this is where they're all coming from. It's an open secret. We're done pretending it's not real.
Right.
And they elected him to lead a coalition of armies to do something about it. And so he did, and Malekith genuinely thought he was helping.
Right.
He genuinely thought, oh, there's a sickness in our land, and I'm going to root it out because that is what I'm here to do.
Right. He's still at the point in his career right now where he thinks, maybe if I get one more big win, they'll let me, like, be a big boy.
Yeah, they'll acknowledge me. They'll
Yeah.
let me, they'll stop undermining all my achievements and let me bask in the greatness I'm owed. So yeah, he genuinely thought he was helping. Morathi had basically introduced the problem.
Yeah.
So Malekith came upon his mother doing some dark rites when he was busting up some of the cultists, and he was like, Mom, what the fuck are you doing? And she was like, I denounce you as a cur and a cock, basically. And he's like, Mom, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, well, you serve a false Phoenix King, so you're basically bitch made. And I'm tired of you, son. I'm tired of your bitch madeness. And he's like, what are you even saying right now?
Mom, you told me to do that. What? Why are you mad?
No, because she the whole time she was always like, you should be Phoenix King. That
Right,
guy's
obviously.
yeah.
But, like, she tells him, like, go on your adventure, go do that. Go,
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure. But that's the thing. She did say go on your adventure, but, like, the whole time, I guess she's been seething. Like,
right.
the 1,000 years she spent in the colonies, the whole time she's just been, no, you should be Phoenix King, and just being obsessive and just frothing at the mouth about it. All the cults, everything that she's done is to make him Phoenix King, and he doesn't care, and she's mad now.
You're supposed to go up there and fall to chaos, not merely put on a hat that makes you a little bit more chaosy. Full true believer.
You're not supposed to fall to chaos, my son. You're supposed to master it. You should have mastered it by now. Why haven't you, you cock?
Should be a black belt by now.
And so Malekith's like, Mom, what the fuck? This is ridiculous. And so she tells him, do not go to Analek. Do not go to the capital of Nagarythe. You're not going to like what you find. And he's like, what threats are you making to me in my own kingdom, Mom?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. And he walks in there.
You've been kind of a bitch since I found out you're a Satanist.
And the entire province of Nagarythe goes into revolt against the Phoenix King.
Oh.
Under the banner of Morathi. Because get the fuck out of our property. How dare you invade our country? Literally the entire province of Nagarythe and the coalition is beset by cultists on all sides.
Yeah.
There's slaughter and battle abundant. It's bad. It's bad. So no one expected that to happen, obviously.
Right.
And there were cultists from like other kingdoms too. All the 10 kingdoms were drawn to this battle. And Morathi made pacts with some greater demons to bolster some sorcerer's strength. And one of the things she did was she made a pact with Kairos Fateweaver, famous Lord of Change, like basically the avatar of Tzeentch.
Yeah.
And the pact was to send sorceresses north to teach the primitive men the ways of sorcery. So, of the things that Morathi is responsible for, the Chaos Sorcerer, she did that.
She gave cavemen the art of wizards.
She gave them Doombolt.
Oh, man. That's very irresponsible,
Yeah.
Morathi.
Prometheus gifted man fire. Morathi gifted man Doombolt.
Good lord.
Yeah, so that's like of one of the horrible things she caused. That one. So she made a pact with Kairos to basically make Zinc sorcerers in the north. Like,
yeah.
And then they've been plaguing the world ever since.
And to say nothing of like all the chaos of the elves stuff, all that means that all the chaos of essentially the rest of the races are on her, because humans knowing about chaos has fucked up everything.
It just spreads.
God damn.
And that was the dark seed planted. She literally sent a whole cabal, a covenant of sorcerers, to be like, yeah, teach these guys how to Doombolt and suck out souls and sacrifice babies. Just teach them all that shit. Yeah, fuck it. The Zinch demands it. We need his power. Yeah, just the worst. Just the worst.
My goodness.
Yeah, so Malekith besieges Analek, and he breaks through the walls, and he enters the Palace of Anarion alone, where Morathi held her court. And Morathi's there, and she was like, hey, son, wizard fight! And Doombolts him.
Right.
And he unbinds the Doombolt. They're having a wizard fight. He's a pretty good wizard, too.
He knows counterspell.
But she's a much better wizard. So
Right.
he has to fall back on the thing she wasn't ready for. I know how to fight, and you're a woman. And he just beats her ass.
Yeah.
It's bad. And she's like, my only weakness, being hot and frail. And so, basically, like, yeah, he beats her ass, and then,
So, a thing that, like, Dark Elf sorceresses have as, like, a consistent thing also is that they don't wear armor.
no.
So, imagine, like, a naked, hot fucking wizard shooting Doombolts, and then just a man in, like...
Full plate.
Not even full plate, like, demonic and, like, magic.
Not at this point, because he's just regular Malekith.
He's not all burned up yet?
He's not the Lich King yet. This is like when he's liberating. This is before he's fallen. He's still a good boy at this point. He's still Malekith the hero. He's in black armor, but he's in like full plate.
Right.
Like his blue sword. It's like he's actually heroic. He's like an actual hero beating up the evil sorceress. And she's like, wait, son, all the cults, all that, I will bend them to your will. Right. I'll make you Phoenix King if you don't kill me. How's that sound? And he's like, I should take your head, mother, but I will let Bel-Shannah decide your fate. And then he like sheathes his blade. Doesn't accept her offer. He's like, I will let Bel-Shannah decide your fucking fate.
Yeah. And Bel-Shannah.
But and he did accept the deal in the sense that like,
I mean,
I will let you do what you're gonna do to get me become Phoenix King. By all means, do what you're gonna do. But the main reason I'm sparing you is because someone else should decide your fate. I don't want to be a kinslayer.
I mean,
it's a big thing for elves.
And then she gets the best prison treatment to the mansion with you.
Yeah. So okay. Here's what happens at the trial. Morathi states that they were the ones who invaded her kingdom, which is a fact.
Yeah.
And then not only that, her people are within their rights to worship the Setrai. Like, you are literally oppressing our freedom of religion.
Right.
Just because we give patronage to the evil, the dark deities, they're no less valid elven deities. They need to be appeased. If we didn't appease them, someone else is going to have to. Why are you persecuting us for this? And everyone's basically like, boo! Boo, you're evil! Boo! Shut the fuck up!
And she's like, tell me I'm wrong! Tell me I'm... Boo! Boo!
And like a dumbass, Bel-Shannah was convinced to imprison her in his palace under constant threat of execution.
I can't believe this.
And her only visitor was allowed to be Malekith, with the hopes that he would persuade her to confess her crimes.
To the mansion with you, because you beat us on the Airbud technicality of show me in the rules.
Show me in the rules, you assholes! Thousands slaughtered, demons summoned to Ulthan, devastation on a monumental level. Show me in the rules where I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Show me in the rules.
Doesn't even mention it.
So yeah, like a dumbass, Bel-Shannah did that, and then Malekith betrays him, because Dark Elf shit.
Yeah.
The established being the Dark Elves, he's rejected by the Phoenix Fire, and as he's whisked away by his loyalists, Morathi just had cultists in the palace all the time. They spring her from the palace.
Right.
She ends up joining Malekith, and she ends up using the promise of Dwarven rune technology to sway several priests of Vol to her side, including Hotek, who makes the the Armor of Midnight for Malekith, the Darth Vader armor.
Ooh.
But yeah, basically she would become a figurehead of like priests, like every basically priesthood she has her fingers in, like pulling the strings that way, literally controlling the spirituality of the elves. And the Nagarathi Civil War erupted between those who would not join Morathi and those who fought for Malekith. Basically, Nagarath had a sub-civil war of its own and strife of being like, okay, well, we're loyal to Ulthan, and the Phoenix Flame rejected Malekith. That's a fact. That's what happened.
Yeah.
And then the other one like, nuh-uh, he's the wit. No, he's king. He's king, and that's how it has to be.
I imagine there were definitely guys that were just making the same exact argument that I did, where it's like, no, it has to kill you first in order for it to take, and he didn't die. We just got him out fast.
So that's the thing. I read the passage today in the actual novel of how it happens. He walks through the fire all the way through, and then falls and collapses. But the priest of Assyrian that was there, that was like minding it when he was going through, he was pleading him not to go through. And the argument he gave as to why it didn't work, which this could actually be why it didn't work, and then it works later in the end times, because blood was being spilled in the shrine of Assyrian as it was happening. Like they were committing sacrilege at the time, and he was like, "Dude, you're at least in this very moment, you are tainted, motherfucker. You're not. It's not going to take. You need to either not be tainted or you need the wards." You can't not have both. And Malekith was like, turd, be gone from my boot, and like kicks him away.
You don't know. I know complicated destiny shit's at play here. And he just walks on the fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, burned to a crisp. So yeah, I read that it was like it's like the last few pages of the Malekith novel. So that was enlightening to see that. Yeah, he just fucked it. He just fucked it hard. Like, so yeah. After Malekith recovered in the Armor of Midnight, Morathi stepped down as ruler of Nagarath and proclaimed him the king of Ulthan.
Right.
And then when they, the battle unfolded, they tried to unbind the vortex like a big old baby butt move.
Yeah.
And she called a wave of Dar to basically like overload the vortex. Dar being dark magic. So of the various winds of magic, Dar is unique in that it's basically like the Dark Eldar. I get power from suffering and and torment. Like
negativity magic.
Like the sound of babies crying generates Dar. Like someone screaming in pain generates Dar. Like blood being spilled generates Dar. Sacrificing someone to a dark god generates Dar. Yeah, like all it's just evil. It's just literally evil magic.
It's life magic. Yar.
Yar.
Dar just seems
so the opposite of Dar.
Lazy.
The opposite of Dar is oh my god, I'm drawing blanks. Quayesh. Quayesh being high magic. High magic is undiluted magic. It's basically like...
That's pure shit.
It's like... It's not white magic because white is its own lore.
Right.
But of the 8 lores of magic, it's all of them encompassed in one as if like a light reflecting through a prism.
Yeah.
If it was just the pure white light.
Yeah.
Yeah, pure light. That's what Quayesh is.
That tracks better. Like, what do we call life magic? What was it? Quayar?
Quayesh.
Quayesh. What about dark magic?
Dar. So, life magic is not Quayesh. Life magic is separate. There's light, there's the lore of heavens, the lore of life, the lore of light, the lore of death, lore of fire, lore of metal, lore of the heavens, and lore of beasts. And they're all different colors.
Which one learns Frostbolt?
I think so. There is lore of frost. So there are blends of the magic that people make unique lores for, and the Kiss of the Vites do have frost magic.
Oh,
I think it's a blend of amber magic and something else. I don't actually know.
Right.
But I know in the end times there is a amber wizard that ends up making like amber ice spears and just hucking them at people. And I thought that was pretty sick. I'm not sure if that's just like a regular thing beast wizards can do as ice magic, but he was doing some. So pretty sick, nasty. Yeah. So. She tries to use Dar, they counter with Quayesh, or try to, and then the wizard Thyril of Safari disrupts the temporal lock binding Kaldor Dragon Tamer to the vortex, and so he's just back in reality for a second, sees what's going on, and then he counterspells it, and that's what sends the Dar back into Nagarath, and that's what causes the continent to sink, or that part of the continent to sink with the tidal waves and shit, and then establishing the Black Arcs. So after Malekith and them flee to Nagaron, as we discussed in a previous episode.
Yeah.
Established Nagaron. Morathi founded the Tower of Ghrond in the north to basically scry into the Chaos Waste, to create the realm of chaos, and pluck out secrets and shit, and just do sorcerer shit up there. And
We're scrying into the Chaos Wastes. And she's just like looking through binoculars at like a completely shredded beast man. Like, there's very important data to be gathered from the wastes.
yeah, God bless. Speaking of, so she establishes the Dark Convent up in her Tower of Ghrond, which is a series of sisterhoods dedicated to the pursuit of dark
No
magic.
boys allowed.
No boys allowed. Only girls. Only girls allowed in our girls' club. Boys are smelly. Can't be trusted. And then she also gifts the Witch Elves of Cain with the Cauldrons of Blood.
Those sound pretty chill.
So they will ritualistically bathe in the Cauldrons of Blood, to regain youth and beauty, but it's only temporary. So basically, like, of every few, like, they have a call them, they call them Blood Nights, where they get sacrifice people into the Cauldrons of Blood and then bathe in, and then they get super hot and beautiful, and they do, like, fucking pagan dances. Because Dark Elves.
There's
Dark Elves.
there was a myth about some, I think, like old royal, some princess or something. Man, I have no memories. But she was accused of doing that to maintain her youth.
Yeah, the Countess of Bathing in Blood. I remember this.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name, but yeah, I think she was one of the Transylvanian and that sort of area of the world.
It's a shame that I can't remember
the vampire
this
myths.
because, as with most vampire things, I think it's sick as hell.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the event actually happened, but it's been mythologized to the point of like being like a vampire myth, basically.
It was just a serial killer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Well, I mean, you know,
I mean, by definition, they'd have to be.
Yeah.
wherein the myth comes because she just like to kill little young women, basically.
Yeah.
Young girls.
Fucking brutal, man. But yeah,
Those are unfortunately more common than you think. Noble serial killers.
I mean,
oh yeah, for sure.
Because they're immune to the law.
Yeah, they have to take that. There's no consequences.
I didn't even commit a crime. What, 13, 14 waifs?
So after all of that shenanigans, yeah, she gave him the Cauldrons of Blood. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
She kept the secrets of permanent youthful beauty to herself. Now, I was struggling finding a source on this, and it depends on what Warhammer retcons things all the time. Some of the older lore is replaced by newer lore. A lot of the stuff I talk about is 8th edition stuff, as of 8th edition stuff. But at one point, it was established that Morathi maintains her hot, beautiful, sexy midriff and body by sacrificing baby elves in the Cauldrons of Blood to maintain her youth. That's to the level of depravity, Dark Elves. Like, she's literally the worst. Literally the evilest of the evil. I'm sacrificing the youth of this fruit of this child to me, so I can be hot and have rocking tits. And the Witch Elves can't do it either, because fuck them. Only me gets to kill the babies.
Okay.
I told them only to kill orphans that were already over 3 years old. Everyone knows if you kill them after they're 3 years old, there's no permanent life juice in there. Only that after 3 years old life juice. It'd make you hot for a week. You get a whole bunch of babies in your cauldron. You're hot for a lifetime.
Fucked up, dude. It's so evil. Jesus Christ.
That's that's pretty par for the course, though. That's like
That's
the type of thing your typical like European witch would be accused of, making unguents and potions out of baby bits.
This also does strike me as the sort of thing that it's been like thousands of years at this point that like she's been doing things, and then now she gives them this, and then it's like, when did you discover this? And it's flashing back to her like still prime elf days, no demons to be seen for hundreds of years, just like with a cauldron, just
Yeah. That early. Oh, man. Yeah, so now we're entering the age of hateful peace. I kind of brushed over this in my previous episodes.
Yes.
So we'll touch upon that with this Morathi episode. So, after the scouring, and the Dark Elves got kicked entirely off Ulthan, the Phoenix King got murdered again, Morathi had cultists infiltrate Ulthan to spread cults of luxury, excess, and pleasure via the Dark Convent.
Right.
But unfortunately, the fire that burned in Malekith's heart was dimmed he withdrew into a state of melancholy. This would become like a reoccurring trend.
Right.
Where he has no purpose and drive, he's just bored and sad.
This is him in Darth Vader sadness, right?
Yeah. And Morathi is when she's at her angriest, because this is not what the Phoenix King would do. He is a fiery, passionate man. Why is he a cold, melancholic? No, fuck this. So she...
I'm just... Again, I brought it up before. Is it the skin?
Yeah.
Is that why you're mad?
Are you still on about that?
So
you have a lump of coal for a dick. Get over it.
That's runic armor. You know how hard that was to get?
super hard. Oh, only one. There's only one of those. Hotek, how many of those are there? There's only one. There's only one.
There's
Malekith.
only one Malekith.
So, in order to get him fired up, she sacrificed people to Cain daily to renew the fervor in his heart. And when that didn't work, she instigated a rebellion in Har-Caldra.
That's like he's up in his tower, like being broody, and she's just out front, like, you see this?
Yeah,
just slicing throats.
It's all for you.
Doing it for you.
Yeah, dude, literally.
I love you, son.
Are you happy yet?
And then when that didn't work, she stoked a rebellion in the city of Har-Caldra. And while he did get very mad and razed the city to the ground, he was up for a bit. This was just a momentary respite of his
right.
melancholy. Just a quick little blip of passion.
She was hoping that killing some civilians that were tricked would really
literally fire up his blood,
get him going again. You know, right back onto the saddle.
But a year later, a messenger would arrive from Athel Loren to inform him that Allisara wished to join him. Now you're probably wondering,
who the fuck's Allisara?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh. So we had talked previously about Athel Loren and the Wood Elves.
Yeah.
So I'm going to touch back on them for a little bit, so we can get some context about who Allisara is. So we talked about how when the colonies were told to abandon the old world and go to Ulthan, how a lot of them said, no, we're not doing that, and they started establishing the Wood Elves. And we talked about how there was a dwarven host that were attacking the forest of Athel Loren. The forest basically moved the dwarves to fight the elves, and then the elves fought the dwarves, beat them, and then the forest let the elves live there. We didn't get to part 2 of that. So, basically, that was during... The dwarves attacked during the winter, and the elves saved them. And then during that summer, tens of thousands of dwarves showed up to avenge their kin. And the elves were like, oh, well, shit, this fucking sucks. They're really angry this time. Not only that, there's a horde of orcs showing up. A whole wad of them, in fact.
Oh, man.
So, if we're not going to be killed by one of them, we're going to be killed by the other. This fucking blows. This blows. And they end up having a big old council at the foot of the Oak of Ages to confer about what to do about this. And during this conference, the Queen Ariel took notice of Orion, who was basically the bravest of the lords there. And they just kind of slipped away into the woods when no one was looking. Everyone's like, panic! Panic! The orcs are coming! The dwarves are coming! What do we do? What do we do? Ariel, what do we do? Oh, she's gone. Huh. Well, what do we do? What do we do? They just kind of forget about it. So, the elves give battle to the dwarves the next day. And they did not fight alone. The forest spirits are with them. Durthu led the charge. They crashed into the flanks. The dwarves gave a good old fight, but they ended up getting pushed away, got pushed back, got beaten back. The elves were like, hooray, we won, hooray! But, literally as that started happening, the winter started coming, and the orcs showed up with the winter. And that hastened their approach. They started felling trees to make giant pyres to keep themselves warm, because orcs are dumb brute, make giant pyre, unga bunga, dance around it. And this pissed the elves off furiously. But it was the winter. The forest spirits can't really do anything in the winter, so they couldn't help. So it was just the elves, and they were being whittled down by there was just so many fucking orcs. And these forest spirits can't do dick in the cold. So they prepared for a last stand, and the forest came alive. As the sun rose on that day, a giant horn called out, and the avatar of Kurnos, the god of the hunt, crashed through the woods and just started fucking shit up. All of the animals were roused from hibernation. They were bloodlusted. Anyone who looked on Kurnos, all the elves were bloodlusted and just filled with like warrior spirit drive. And he had these shadowy hounds following in his wake, eating fucking orcs. And they fucking destroyed all the orcs, slaughtered them. And the day was saved, hooray! And then they found that Ariel had been elevated to the avatar of Isha, and was basically had like butterfly wing floating around magical entity.
Yeah.
I am the steward of the forest. And Orion had been ascended to the avatar of Kurnus, of the god of the hunt. And so he is like a cloven foot, satyr-looking giant man. When I say avatars, are you familiar with the avatar of Cain in the Eldar?
Conceptually, like, ish. Go ahead and give me a yeah.
Yeah, so basically, in 440,000, the Eldar will like basically pick a guy in times of great strife and sacrifice him to Cain, and he will walk into the shrine, walk out as the avatar of Cain, this giant molten war god demon. You are a demon technically when you do that, and then you're just this fucking giant monster thing that can slay motherfuckers and like give battle to the enemies of the Eldar
until you run out of juice or they bring you down.
Yeah, and then
it's basically the smallest piece of a god.
Yeah,
you can like field on the in a battle.
Yes, and they're the equivalent of like a greater demon, like a bloodthirster, or like a Lord of Change. And so the Eldar have those, and the Wood Elves have a similar concept, almost identical concept in Ariel and Orion. They are the avatars of those gods, but theirs is like a permanent thing. So Orion, he dies and they have to give a new supplicant each year to have him be reborn. So during the winter he dies, and then he's gone. And then during the summer, I believe the Wild Riders pick a supplicant, and it's considered a great honor to become the new Orion, even though you're Orion for a year. Like you are the elf god. He has the memories of all the previous Orions and has to battle their wills for dominance, and also has to battle the will of Kurnos to maintain his sanity. So they had to pick a really cool guy to do it. Pretty sick shit. And then Ariel is just the embodiment of Isha, and her will is her own. She doesn't have the same thing going on.
Right, she doesn't die every year.
Yeah. Well, she. I'm pretty sure she does. Yeah, I don't think she dies each year. But yeah, so yeah, that established that, and Allisara is Ariel's sister. She was not a character until 8th edition. I think she's a very interesting character.
She was pretty overshadowed by her pretty successful sister.
Exactly. Literally, you're just a chick compared to Ariel. Your sister's an avatar of the life goddess.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you, lady? So yeah, overshadowed by her queen sister.
Right.
And she was Ariel's sister and Malekith's wife. They were wed shortly after he first came to the colonies. And then
none of his plot had anything to do with her. He was so bad at being a husband.
He was so bad at being... And that's how you know this lore was written later, because they don't...
Yeah.
He just didn't... Apparently they were super in love, whatever, huh? But he's just too busy being a fucking Malekith to give a shit. Disregard women. Be a Chad.
Remember the like dozens of years he spent like adventuring and doing all that. Also, he was married at the time. And they loved each other.
Yep, just get over it. It happened.
Accept it.
And then the Sundering done happened, and they're like, ooh, this is kind of fucked. And they fled the Athaloran. She was one of the people that fled with Ariel. And then the Sundering went to its fruition, and she started feeling kind of guilty. She was like, that's my husband. Like, he's doing all these horrible, terrible things. But, like, maybe it's not his fault. In her mind, she doesn't know. She's a what else? She doesn't fucking know. They don't know what's going on over there. So
they clearly don't spend much time together.
I don't have a timetable on exactly when this event happened, but it was shortly after the Sundering. Allisara decided, hey, I think Malekith needs a Disney princess in his life. Maybe that'll soothe his bitter heart. So sister, can I go be with my husband? And Ariel was like, you stupid bitch. Why would you do this? What are you... Do you want to die? Do you want to be killed?
Did you just say, I can fix him, you dumb asshole?
You stupid...
He's a Darth Vader.
You can't fix Darth Vader. No one can. Maybe his son. That doesn't count.
I was going to say, that's literally the end of the fucking first series.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's Darth Vader, and there's neither Luke nor Leia to be seen, and it's pretty important you get that out of him before he ends up in the suit.
And that's her appeal. It's like, I can be Leia. And Ariel's like, well, I honestly think the world would do a great service if you were a Disney princess from Malekith, so I'm not going to say no. But we have to give you a modest bodyguard of, 6,000 men.
Yeah, classic. What smaller unit could we give her?
So they give her an entire army of a bodyguard, and then Marjorie...
That's a city of people. Where are they gonna live?
It's a town at least. So yeah, they're marching up this fucking, and they're marching up what would be modern day Bretonia, and so Malekith gets word of this, that his wife is coming, and he's actually, oh shit, that's actually kind of cool.
I forgot about her.
I gotta make sure no one knows about this, especially my mom.
She's still alive.
Fucking.
Yeah, but definitely can't let my mom find out.
And guess who finds out instantly?
Mom.
Yep. Found out real quick and was like, I can't have this Disney princess bitch coming into my son's life, making him soft, giving him peace? No, none of that nonsense. So, but she can't openly kill her.
Right.
That's treason. I'm not that dumb. So she does an enchantment, disguises herself as a lovely elven maiden, and bewitches a prince of Illyrian, Prince Valdor, a disgraced prince, and was like, oh, the way you can regain your fame, the way you can regain your rightful place in Illyrian, there's a band of corsairs marching through the colonies, eager to join Malekith. Only you can stop them, Prince Valdor. You're a bad enough dude. And him being bewitched and clouded by her magic said, I am a bad enough dude.
Wow, wee.
That phrase is said so many times. Wow, that's every fucking high elf Morathi talks to. Every time.
That's right.
So an army of high elves show up.
People only believe her when she lies.
Yeah, I know what I mean! So an army of high elves show up, and they just start slaughtering these wood elves. Like, dude, what the fuck's going on? So wood elves are killing, high elves are killing wood elves. Allisara tries to fly away on an eagle because elves can just do that. It's fanciful. They shoot the eagle down and she falls to the ground and dies. She's fucking dead. Oh no. Now, and I had said in her previous episode, that's one of the evilest things you can do to your son. That is the evilest thing a mother can do to your son is, I don't like the love of your life, so I'm just going to kill her. Like, you don't get to have any other woman but me. Mommy issues forever. Especially
now that it seems that you're, like, really homebound and probably going to spend a lot of time with her. We can't have any of that.
Yeah, you're over there being fucking locking yourself in your closet and she can be up there with you and I can't have any Disney princess shit. None of this. I've seen Beauty and the Beast. I know how this goes.
Just
like
take the shot.
His fucking armor falls off and he's healed.
Yeah.
She's a life wizard. Not out of the question. Not out of the question.
God.
And all of a sudden the clouds part, and there's all this sunlight.
Forest down. And Mariah's like, no, none of this, no! None of this! Kill this vision, no!
It's like the scene in fucking Simpsons where it's the lawyer, imagine the world with no lawyers, and it's everybody like holding hands in a circle while there's rainbows in the background. But she's imagining what if Malekith wasn't what I made him, and it's all of that, and like even the cold ones are like Yoshis now.
He's bouncing around being jovial. That's awesome. So I want to touch up. Okay, so we talked about the various ethnicities in AOS that the Dark Elves would split into. So one of them is the Darkling Covens.
Right.
The Darkling Covens are basically just the models that didn't fit into any of the other newer ethnicities, and they're basically just like seedy, kind of shady, shitty elves. They're not like the Lumineth or like the new High Elves or the Light Elves. They have this culture structured thing about being honored and protected and blah blah blah. And then they're just regular run of the mill gutter snap elves, and they're called the Darkling Covens. And they're run by sorceresses that put enchantments on all of the elves in a city, basically. So basically, a population of elves will go into one of the free cities of Sigmar and be like, "Hey, we live in this district. Leave us alone. We can trade and whatever. It's fine. We're magical. It's cool. We're serious. Leave us alone." And we'll help you sometimes. And it's a tenuous piece between them. But they describe that all of the sorceresses have every single elf in that population bewitched, to where they will die for your emperor, mindless dedication to the cause, when they flip a switch. They're just bewitched.
They made the entire population Manchurian candidates.
Yes, every single person in Darkling Covens City at a drop of a hat will go into fucking Terminator mode, pick up a repeater crossbow and start blasting. And they established this, and this is one of those factions that was established by, it's like a spiritual successor to the Dark Convent of Sorceresses, and they actually have several bits of lore that predate the Darkling Covens of this instance happening. One of them is in the Malice Darkblade novels. Nagaira is a sorceress, and she puts a compulsion on Malekith, and the way they describe him going about his compulsion, the only thing he thinks about, the only thing that drives him is the compulsion, and he's like going in and out of bits of consciousness as he's like skulking the streets looking for a person to kill. He's looking for the guy he's supposed to kill, and he can think of nothing else, and he's like battling his own thoughts, and they basically do that to an entire population.
Man.
Yeah. That's the Darkling Covens. That's one of the AOS Dark Elf factions. They're not like Dark Elves, show Dark Elves. They use the mini range of like the spearmen, the crossbowmen, the swordsmen, and then they use the executioners and the blackguard.
Right, this is like the decentralized elves that aren't part of the centralized Dark Elf
Yeah,
structure.
because now there's the Daughters of Cain, so all the Cainite shit is its own faction. There's the Cain boys, and then there's the Deep Cain, who are basically Corsairs. Like, Corsairs are in Darkling Covens, like the model are, but the spiritual successor to the Corsairs and the Black Arcs are the Deepkin. They're basically, like, soulless raiding elves that do, like, pirate shit and ride giant fish with, like, Ether Sea.
Sure.
Yeah, it's pretty metal. It's pretty far-fetched concept, but pretty metal.
We've decided to be Davy Joneses now.
Yeah, they're an entire ethnicity of Davy Joneses. And they have to, so most of
Davies
them...
Jones.
To my understanding, I don't know too much about the Deepkin, but they were like the first elves pulled out during when Teclis pulled all the elves out of Slaanesh in the AOS. And they were digested too much, so they were like soulless and kind of ghoulish, and so Deepkin have to steal souls from other people to put into these guys to make them real boys.
Oh.
So there's like a subclass called the Namarti, and they're like soulless, like ghoulish elves, and they're kind of like this like subclass, and then if you're a real boy and you have a soul, you're Isharon, and you like ride an eel, and you're like an eel knight boy.
So I presume that like soul ownership isn't like a transfer of consciousness.
I don't believe so. I don't know how that actually works. I just know that the Deepkin society functions on raiding and stealing people to steal their souls.
I have to imagine it doesn't. Otherwise, their society is going to be a lot of like, why am I a little boy?
Yeah.
I was a 90-year-old woman. How did this happen?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, this is true.
This is how they do the Dark Eldar, then, basically.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is the Namarti. The Deepkin are basically the Dark Eldar of the. Well, I would say they're one of the Dark Eldar factions. The other one being Cainite, the Cainites, the Daughters of Cain, who are just like witch elves, the witch cult in Warhammer 40,000.
Okay.
Daughters of Cain being very silly and fantastical faction that Morathi leads. She's the leader of the Daughters of Cain and Sigmar. She wins. She wins so hard in Warhammer, it's crazy. No comeuppance whatsoever.
It's just her and Nagash
She's
high-fiving on top of the like victory podium.
Yeah, it's fucking bonkers, man. But yeah, so after Allisara dies, winter came early to Athelloren.
Right.
And the bitter seeds were planted in Ariel's heart. We're going to talk about one of the other horrible, terrible, evil shit Morathi did. So the season of retribution started. So the way that the High Elves do their calendar is based off of the current reign of the Phoenix King.
Right.
The Wood Elves do theirs based off of the seasons. Basically, there's like a season that can stand between typically a few centuries to several centuries. Because time on Athelloren is a weird concept. It doesn't flow linear like everything else. It's kind of like a blur.
Right, it's all Feywild shit.
Yeah, so some of the seasons are like 400 years, some are like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
It's complicated. But one of the seasons starts, the season of Retribution started with the death of Allisara.
Yeah.
Ariel starts to obsess. She needs to find the murderer. Who killed my sister? Who fucking did this? I need to bring him to justice. Morathi covered her tracks very well, and they were oopsie, and they were High Elves who did it, not me. So yeah, every attempt Ariel makes to kind of like remove the veil and the cloud of scrying that Morathi put up with sorcery is thwarted. She's like, I can't. My power over the weave, which is like the magic of Athelloren, and my power over the winds of magic is so limited, even though in the avatar of Isha, I'm a very powerful sorcerer. I'm a very thought sorcerer. I'm a very powerful wizard. I'm a very powerful spellcaster.
Yeah.
I should be able to do this. Why can't I do this? Because Morathi's using sorcery.
Yeah.
You can't beat sorcery with regular magic. So what is a Isha avatar of Isha to do? Turn to sorcery.
And that's never done anybody any wrong, has it?
Not once. Not once did someone making pacts with demons and trying to master the dark magic of Dard, and once did it ever have comeuppance. Not fucking once.
You'll never regret selling your soul. I promise.
I promise. Yeah, so Ariel was driven mad by grief and began to learn sorcery to battle the powers thwarting her. And she used these new powers to restore one of the world roots, which is like a big deal. Like a lot of like the stuff that the old ones said with the geometric grid and all the stuff from the Great Catastrophe that got ruined, she was able to renew one of the world roots that led into Athalloran. Or not, that led into Ulthan. And they tree stepped into the province of Illyrian with an entire army and just started going buck fucking wild.
Oh, man.
And Illyrian, famously, their patron deity is Kurnos. They were reluctant to battle the avatar of Kurnos. That's our guy. Why is he here? Okay, maybe we should see what he wants. So they didn't raise an army. Fatal mistake.
Yeah.
Massacre. Blood in the fields. Dead elves everywhere. And to the point that Orion's like, this isn't a war, it's a moida. Like, and he's mad about it. He's like, what are we, like, honey, I know you're mad, what are we doing? This isn't a hunt. I'm the god of the hunt. I'm not hunting anything. I'm just poking people that aren't fighting back.
I love it as much context for them being invaded as the fucking South Park bit of the Japanese guys running up, and then fuck you, whale.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. Fuck you, whale. Fuck you, dolphin. It's so
Same
good.
energy.
But yeah, so Orion took no joy in killing them, almost had beef with Ariel, and then she was able to shatter the enchantments, obfuscating what happened. Oh, Morathi, you know in Berserk, when Griffith gives that guy the murder stare?
Oh, yeah.
Ariel did that to Morathi from across the weave, and Morathi knew. She was like, oh, shit, she knows. And so they immediately do a march. They sail north of Ulthan, go into fucking Naggarond.
But wait. So then she's just like,
Naggarith. Yeah, Naggarond.
my bad.
Okay, so originally she says, oopsie, what are you gonna do about it? I'm in my fortress in Ghrond. So they fucking go north.
No fortresses up here in the North Pole.
I meant the people getting invaded just now.
Oh, yeah, they're like, yeah, my bad. Yeah, they fuck off. No cool weapons.
Cool.
Yeah, no cool weapons. Yeah. Fuck them.
This was a test. We work in mysterious ways.
Yeah, you know what happened? We can't do what's been done, so moving on. And we just move on. And they're like, oh, why?
Okay.
Once again, Morathi causing devastation.
The bidding of gods is mysterious.
Fucking terrible. Yeah, so they fuck off.
I fixed one of the world roots, by the way. No need to thank me.
Yeah, no need to thank me. On my way out. Yeah, fuck. With dark magic, like, I used the evil soul-sucking magic to fix one of the world roots. No one asked me to do this, you're welcome.
Mysterious way!
Yeah, so they fuck off north. They're marching onto Ghrond. And Morathi's like, surely, if the united strength of the Dark Elven people will repel these invaders, surely they will come to save me. And Malekith thought, you know what? Because he knows what his mom did. It's not a secret anymore. Everyone fucking knows. And while he publicly forgave her,
right,
he didn't forgive that bitch.
Right.
And he thought, you know what's really funny? When that person who wrongs you wants your help all of a sudden and you don't want to give it, that's really funny. All elves are forbidden to help her. No one is going to Ghrond. And Morathi's like, son, I know you're mad, but this isn't funny. This is actually they might kill me.
Okay, be serious.
Yeah, Malekith, please. And yeah, they siege Ghrond.
Alexander, be reasonable.
They fuck shit up. They breach the walls. Ariel and Orion storm her fucking chamber, and Morathi has to prostrate herself. She begs for her miserable fucking life. Orion wants nothing more than to skewer this bitch and end it here and now. And Morathi says, wait, what if I teach you dark magic?
I hear you're curious.
And Orion's like, why would that, what are you, stupid? Pulls the spear back, and Ariel says, wait, the only way I was able to beat you was with dark magic, and you'll teach me more? And Morathi's lips curl into a smile.
That's right.
She got away with it. She got away with it again by teaching Ariel dark magic, and not even all of it, just some of it.
I guarantee you she was like, oh fuck, how's this happening? Throwing doom bolts and stuff at all the like incoming invaders in the throne room, and they finally get her like right there and spear at her throat, and they're like, now prostrate yourself. And she thinks, oh my god, I can get away with this. They're not killing me right away. Oh,
the
you
relief,
fools.
the relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Orion, and then basically smash cut to Ariel and Orion back in the Oak of Ages. Why did you let her get away with it? Well, she's gonna teach me some cool stuff, but she killed your sister! Well, I mean, maybe she'll teach me how to be... Well, so she... she's a Dark Queen. Maybe I could be a Dark Queen. I don't want to be married to a Dark Queen! And so they're just having this fight, and they bicker and argue so hard that during the next cycle of rebirth, Orion does not come.
They got divorced.
Ariel does not allow Orion to be reborn, and she becomes a Dark Queen. She gets tainted by the Dar and becomes an evil Dark Sorceress Queen for a few fucking years. And they start raiding Britannians. They start just slaughtering people and dwarves. Like the woods start becoming evil because she's becoming evil, and like the forest spirits start preying on elves. It becomes a hostile environment. Literally, Morathi corrupted Athaloran for a few hundred years by and once again. Oopsie. Like, that's just a Tuesday for her.
That wasn't even a big deal.
That was just a thing she did on a whim.
God
Crazy.
Morathi is like...
the worst.
In my head, she's so evil and conniving and crafty that every time somebody doesn't immediately kill her, she's like, oh, well, then I win. You're going to let me talk, which means I'm going to get away with it.
That's it. Yeah, well, the second you let my lips open up, I've won.
Yeah.
You don't cut her head off instantly, you lose.
Yep, that's...
You fucking lose. God.
And so does the whole world about it.
Yeah.
Everything is worse every time someone's like, but I won't kill you just yet.
Yeah, and there's various retcon stuff with Morathi's influence and various other things. Like, in some canon, she made the Cult of Pleasure. In some canon, she leads it. Some canon, she doesn't. It just depends on which edition you're looking at and what the current lore is. In the Storm of Chaos timeline, she does revive the Slaanesh cults, and that they have a war with the Cainites. There's like an Dark Elf civil war between the established religion of Cain and then these Slaaneshi boys coming in. And Morathi's supposed to be behind the scenes on that, but that's no longer considered canon. So that's one of the things she caused. Going back to her list of great accomplishments, we will probably eventually do an episode about Nagash. I've been meaning to gush to Mario about the Lich man Nagash, the sorcerer supreme boy. Yeah, that's her fault too.
Really?
Yeah, Nagash is Morathi's fucking fault. So, I'm going to give you a quick abridged version of this. There was a guy named Cetra. He was a great king. He died. But as he was dying, he was like, hey, figure out how to make me immortal or bring me back. So an entire civilization went around basically mummies and how to bring people back from the dead or to keep them preserved. And they got pretty good at keeping people alive forever. They didn't quite perfect it. Or it's implied they intentionally didn't perfect it to keep themselves in power.
Right.
Nagash was born into this class of people. And one day, a ship of Dark Elves crashed in the shores of Khemri. And they got taken hostage by Nagash. And he said, hey, you guys are dark, mysterious elves. You know things about magic I don't. Teach me dark magic. Who taught those elves dark magic to begin with?
Morathi. It's always Morathi.
And then Nagash made the elixir of immortality, became an immortal man.
Right, he became Mum-Ra.
Yeah, he became Mum-Ra. The Tomb King Wars happened. Basically established her actions established the Tomb Kings as we know them as a faction because of Nagash. And then when Nagash was defeated and the princes of Khemri were able to bring peace back to the land, one of the cities, Lamia, didn't burn his lore. They took it for themselves and tried to study it. They reverse engineered the elixir of immortality, but they failed, making the elixir of vampirism. Vampires are Morathi's fault.
God damn!
The list keeps going. There are so
and vampires
many
are a serious problem in Warhammer. We were talking a lot about elves and orcs and shit.
Yeah.
But also, there's an entire country that their noble class is vampire guys who can Hulk out.
Yes, there is. One of the provinces of the Empire is just overrun by vampires. That's the province of Sylvania, heavy-handed.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's one of the bloodlines, the von Karsteins, are basically from there. And there's a bunch of vampires gallivanting as nobles. The Lamians are way better at it, though. The Lamians are the real men behind the men. The von Karsteins basically flaunt that they're vampires and they're better than everybody else. The Lamians, you don't know that they're vampires.
Right.
If they know, then if you know, then the real ones have already fucked off to somewhere that doesn't know. and only the slow idiot ones or the bold ones are left.
Right. These guys are the actual Illuminati.
Yeah, the Lamians have had their fingers in basically every great civilization for thousands of years.
For thousands of years,
Yes.
we've had our fingers in the controls of every civilization, and we owe it all to our good friend Morathi. If she didn't help us in the early days when we were just a small tech company out of our parents' garage, and then now they just control the whole world because Morathi.
Yep. And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy the nature of this content, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Blue Sky. You can support us on our Patreon. If you guys want more videos like this, more content like this, with us going into deep dives about certain lores, various lores, I'll put some more polls out there. We'll float around what you're interested in. We have Mario coming up with orcs next, with our next lore rant. We might have a few regular episodes in between there, but we'll get back to you on that.
That's the plan, at least. All right. Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.